Hello and welcome to the Intel Graphics Performance Analyzer's Deep Dive Graphics Trace Analyzer video series. This video will demonstrate how to configure your Graphics Trace Analyzer view so that the layout best suits your use case by altering track colors, adding or removing tracks, and reorganizing track positions. For example, if you want to examine the GPU utilization of your application, you don't need most of the default tracks, so you can close them. To do this, either click on the name of the elements in the Content panel of the tool, or hover over the track in the Timeline panel and then press the X button to the right of the track data. For GPU utilization, you could close CPU context switches, metrics, CPU frames, and the main application thread. If you want to analyze GPU utilization in further detail, add desired metrics into the timeline of the tool. Clicking on the arrow next to the metrics element will expand the trace content tree to display all child elements. Hover over the desired metric and an icon will appear to the left of the metric's name, allowing you to click and drag that metric to any desired position in the timeline so that the metrics are ordered according to your preference. Then, to correlate GPU utilization and device context queue content with graphics calls submitted by the application, you can add the corresponding tracks as well. You can reorder these tracks by hovering over the track title that you want to adjust in the left panel of the tool, clicking on the icon that pops up to the left of the track title, and then dragging the entire track to a new position in the timeline. Now that suitable tracks are enabled and adjusted in the timeline appropriate for the analysis of GPU utilization, you can alter the color scheme for events, metrics, and markers. The default color scheme is most suitable for the system view and binds a blue color to events associated with the target process, a dark green color for instrumented processes running in parallel with the target process, for example, child processes or other graphics applications launched prior to the target process, and a gray color associated with all other processes. To change the color of your tasks in a thread, locate the thread process in the right content panel of the tool, then pinpoint the task's child element in the thread process tree. Click on the colored square icon to the right of the task's element, and a color selection menu will pop up, allowing you to select a new color for your tasks. You can change the color of tasks and thread tracks to any desired color, but note that altering the color of tasks will impact the color of events in other tracks that have dependent data. For example, if you change the color of tasks in the main rendering thread, the color of queue packages submitted from the thread will also be changed to match. While viewing the thread process in the right content panel of the tool, locate the marker child elements. The colors for these markers can be altered by selecting the flag icon to the right of the marker name and then selecting a different color for that marker. You can also change track colors in the left panel of the tool by locating a track, then clicking on the square icon to the left of the track's name, then selecting a color for that track. A good example of using track colors to help with your analysis would be for distinguishing different types of metric data, such as percentages versus other units such as cycles, microseconds, and pixels. It's important to mention, if you want to change the color scheme or user interface scale of Graphics Trace Analyzer, you can do that by pressing the cogwheel button in the top right-hand corner of the tool, and then by selecting your preferences under the Appearance Settings option. Events shown in a thread track are logically separated for tasks and markers, which can be analyzed either separately or simultaneously. These markers can be visualized in the timeline by selecting a desired marker under the thread track you are analyzing. To view all markers for that thread but exclude tasks, you can click on the thread name to enable all child elements and then select the tasks element to disable all tasks in that thread from timeline visualization. If you're interested in learning more about how to identify and analyze problem areas in your applications to distribute workloads evenly across CPUs and GPUs, continue watching our Graphics Trace Analyzer Deep Dive video series. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for new exciting GPA updates and get started optimizing your games today.